morning and a very warm welcome. You're watching Janata Television and this is the English Bulletin with me, Sushant Dhakal. The top stories first. Coronavirus claims 35 lives in a day. Number of active cases rises to 34,000. Home Ministry urges all to follow prohibitory order, tells people not to venture out except for necessary work. DFIs to remain open in Kathmandu during prohibitory period. Bankers urge customers not to visit the banks unless it is urgent. Dozens killed in stampede in Israel. Thousands attend festival despite coronavirus concern. And United in a strong position to enter Europa League final, score 6 goals against Roma in the semi-final match. And now the news in detail. The government yesterday confirmed 4,831 new cases of coronavirus across the country. Following the latest round of tests, the total cases of coronavirus in the country have climbed to 317,530, while the number of active cases has increased to 34,117 from the overnight tally of 30,209. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, altogether 280,167 infected persons have recovered from the disease in the country so far. The death toll from coronavirus has climbed to 3,246 as 35 fatalities were reported yesterday. Nepal is currently among the top 52 countries that have been most affected by the pandemic. The USA tops the list with over 33 million confirmed cases, followed by India with over 18.75 million cases. Coronavirus has infected more than 151 million people across the world and claimed over 3.17 million lives. The Ministry of Home Affairs has urged one and all to fully abide by the prohibitory order enforced to stem the outbreak of coronavirus. The ministry has urged the public to follow the health safety protocol and not to go outside the home except for necessary works. There has been a restriction in the movement of public vehicle and the people except for urgent purpose in the district where the order has been imposed, said the ministry in a notice issued yesterday. Stakeholders should cooperate in the efforts of the government to deal with the outbreak of second wave of COVID-19, said the ministry spokesperson Janata. The government has imposed the order in the coronavirus-hit districts and the Kathmandu Valley for a week starting from Thursday. The COVID-19 Crisis Management Center has formed a mechanism to address the complaints of the people during the prohibitory period. The mechanism was formed to immediately address the people's complaints and suggestions following instructions from Deputy Prime Minister Ishwar Pokhrel. Pokhrel's press advisor Kanis Pandey added that the mechanism was formed in order to resolve the problems within 24 hours once people put forth their problems. The complaints can be registered by making a phone call at the toll-free number 1140. Similarly, CCMC has also requested to dial 105 for management of bodies and 102 for ambulance services. People leaving for foreign countries and those returning from abroad have been requested to fill up the form kept in the website of CCMC. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. We continue with other national news. Former Queen Komal Rajya-Lakshmi Shah is undergoing treatment in ICU of Norwich Hospital. She is receiving treatment in the ICU from Wednesday evening after she developed respiratory complications, according to Information Officer at Norwich Hospital, Somnath Bastola. Bastola shared that former Queen Komal has been kept on high-flow oxygen support. Similarly, former King Gyanendra Shah is also on oxygen support. However, condition of their daughter Prerna Rajya-Lakshmi Shah is normal. All of them have been admitted to Norwich Hospital after they tested positive for coronavirus a few days ago. And now the news from the economic front. Banks and financial institutions will remain open in Kathmandu Valley during prohibitory period imposed in the 3 districts from April 29th. Issuing a press statement, Nepal Bankers Association said that all branches of banks would remain open during the prohibitory period. The association urged the clients not to visit the banks and financial institutions unless it is urgent. Even though the branches would remain open during the prohibitory period, President of the association, Bhuvan Dahal, said that they have requested clients not to make the banks overcrowded and to opt out for online transactions rather than cash transactions. And now the international news. Dozens of people have been killed in a stampede at a religious festival in the northeast part of Israel. According to BBC, Israel's National Emergency Service, MDA, confirmed the deaths without giving exact numbers. The agency added that dozens more had been wounded. Newspaper Haaretz reports at least 30 to 38 people have been killed. Emergency services are evacuating the injured. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu described it as a heavy disaster and said he was praying for the casualties. The Lang Bioma festival at the foot of Mount Meron is the largest event held in the country since the coronavirus pandemic began. Tens of thousands had reportedly attended the festival despite concerns about spreading the virus. Dozens of ambulances are at the scene and emergency services have laid out bodies under foil covers on the ground. You're watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Bruno Fernandes and Edinson Cavani both scored twice as Manchester United came from behind to beat Roma 6-2 in the semi-final match of the Europa League. The victory puts United in a strong position to secure a place in next month's Europa League final. United also became the first side to score 6 goals in a major European semi-final since Real Madrid in the 1964 European Cup. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin, and the headlines once again. Coronavirus claims 35 lives in a day. Number of active cases rises to 34,000. Home Ministry urges all to follow prohibitory order, tells people not to venture out except for when necessary. BFIs to remain open in Kathmandu during prohibitory period. Bankers urge customers not to visit the banks unless it is urgent. Dozens killed in stampede in Israel. Thousands attend festival despite coronavirus concern. And United in a strong position to enter Europa League final, score 6 goals against Roma in the semi-final match. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website, JanataSamachar.com. We urge all our viewers to follow government directives of the lockdown and follow healthy hygienic practices to keep safe from any infection. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.